Welcome guys to John's Football Channel. This is your preview to PSG versus Bayern Munich in the semi-finals of the Champions League. This is where it gets really interesting. Last four teams left. Who will win the whole bloody thing? That's a very big question. It could very possibly be one of these two teams that we're about to speak about today. So let's get into this preview. Starting up, obviously they're playing in Parc des Princes as their first leg. And then in the second, we'll probably be playing in Bayern Munich. Then if we take a look at the lineups, there was Savarik as the goalkeeper, Hakimi, Marquinhos, and Paco, and Mendes as the defense. In the midfield, they went with Vitinha, Neves, and Isaiah Emery as the midfield. And then up front, Doué, Dembele, and Kvaratskhelia as the striking team and the attacking force. Then we take a look at Bayern Munich. They went with Harry Kane up front, Luis Diaz, Musiala, Olise as the midfield and up free, and then they went Pavlovic, Kimmich as the CDMs, and then Davis, Tar, Upamecano, and Statistic as the defense, and then Manuel Neuer in goal. This team also as well has a lot of firepower up front. Not so much I can say about the defense, about both teams, but I think going offensively, I think they're very, very dangerous, and I think they're also very balanced, which is weird to say, I suppose, but I think they are able to just get by. But in terms of defensive wise, in terms of holding a team, I think they can do a job to an extent of holding the firepower. But I think putting these two teams against each other is going to be very, very difficult for both as defense. I think they're both going to have problems. I think they're both going to concede. But they definitely are all going to go and score. Because if you look at Harry Kane, you look at Musiala, you look at Olise, you look at Luis Diaz, these are a lot of top players, a lot of big names in this team, and it is the Champions League for this matter. It's supposed to be. If we take a look at PSG as well, they have Dembele and Kvaratskhelia, I think the main ones, and then Neves and Vitinha and Doué. I think they're up there, but probably not the levels of Bayern Munich, I suppose. But for some reason, I don't know why, I have this feeling of giving PSG the upper hand. I don't know if it's because of what they did to all the teams they've played against recently and all the damage they have done. But I just feel like somehow, somewhere they're going to edge it. I don't know why. Let me know down below what you guys think. If you're looking at these lineups, how are you looking at the teams? How are you looking at as what's actually going to happen in the game? How are you looking at in terms of who's going to win this game? Who's going to win the whole semi-finals, both leg 1 and leg 2. It is a question. Can PSG do something at their home grounds, or will they actually not have enough to cope with Bayern Munich? Leave a comment down below what you guys think. Then if we take a look at their form, PSG's form, out of the last 5 games, they've lost only one to Lyon, which is actually quite a surprise. I mean, out of all those teams there, you think Lyon is probably not the easiest, but I suppose not the hardest team that they have played against. But I suppose those things can happen where you lose concentration and you can lose some form. With Bayern Munich, they have been ruthless. They won all 5 games, and in all games they have had more than two goals scored for both of them. I think out of the last 5, they've kept 2 clean sheets. With PSG though, they've kept 4 clean sheets. The only one they lost to was the one they conceded. So does it pay a way of understanding the way this team's going to be played? It could be seen as if Bayern Munich score first, it could mean that because there is a very youngish team towards PSG. They are a team that are quite young, but could that be their inexperience to, if they concede, they'll actually drop off. They'll actually lose motivation. They'll lose confidence. They'll have doubts among themselves because of the inexperience of how to control that and how to move that out of the way in terms of playing these big games. So a part of me is going with Bayern Munich in terms of that essence, in terms of experience, in terms of players that they've been there, they won the shirts a couple of times, the likes of Manuel Neuer, the likes of Harry Kane, the likes of so those players like Upamecano, the likes of Ta, which are quite experienced players in the Bayern Munich team. And I think the average age for Bayern Munich is about 28 years old, and then for PSG is about 25. So it just shows you that it's a 5-year gap in terms of experience, 5 years to actually learn your craft, learn what you want to do on the field, and knowing where your weaknesses are and able to enhance your weaknesses and try to turn them into strengths. So I think that they have that kind of advantage over PSG. And then Kvaratskhelia has 13 Champions League goals, involvements this season, one shy away from the club record. So just shows you also, I think, in terms of Kvaratskhelia has been a very good player for them. And I think there's been many players for PSG that have come close to doing this kind of good form, basically, and good results that he's been able to create for PSG. Then we take a look at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich has scored 63 goals during their 19 matches unbeaten run, averaging 3 goals per game. That's actually crazy. Bayern Munich won their last 9 matches, scoring 32 goals. So that averages nearly, I think, 5 goals a game. So that just shows you how they can actually, also just shows you how ruthless they are being in front of goal. Bayern Munich won 7 out of 9 Champions League meetings with PSG. So it just shows you they also have that thing of going for them. They have that experience. They have that understanding of we dominated you, and we have that thing knowing it is our game to lose. Then Bayern Munich won 8 of their last 11 matches, all meetings with PSG, losing just 3 in total. So out of the recent games as well as also old games, it just shows you that Bayern Munich, they're unstoppable. I mean, I think Bayern Munich have been the best team, one of the best teams out there. PSG haven't really. I mean, they haven't. They've been around the block, but they haven't been. I don't think towards the semis. I think semis is where they normally get knocked out, as well as quarterfinals. In past experiences and last 16s, I think that's where they'll end up losing ground, losing traction on the Premier League, on the Champions League. But with Bayern Munich, we have seen them a couple of occasions where they've went all the way. Especially as Chelsea, we know this. We've in 2012 we played them, and I suppose there's a few teams that also have played them in the final, the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, I suppose. So it is a question of is this game only Bayern Munich to lose, basically? Is there a chance that PSG does get a chance to actually get something from this game? Then we take a look at comparisons between Kvaratskhelia and Harry Kane. Goals, Harry Kane has 12, Kvaratskhelia has 8. Expected goals, Kvaratskhelia has 3.7, while as Kane has 8, which just shows you that's a big difference. Expected goals 8, and then you have Kvaratskhelia 3.7. Assists 5 for Kvaratskhelia, Harry Kane 1. That has no time to assist, only has time to score. Minutes per goal is 110. Harry Kane has 72. And then shots on target per match is 1.4, while as Harry Kane is 2.1. And then player of the matches is 4-4 respectively. And then matches played, Kvaratskhelia has played 2 more games than Harry Kane with 11. So it just shows you that Kane can actually do better than what he's already done in terms of this stats compared to Kvaratskhelia. Just give him an extra 2 games and see what he can do. And then minutes played, Kvaratskhelia has played 883, while as Harry Kane has played 859 minutes. So now it is a question of who who can actually get the end result. Will it be Kvaratskhelia as a more youngish player, or Kane more experienced, more direct, more able to use experience to his advantage? Then if we take a look at the last couple of meetings, the last 3 games, Bayern Munich won 1-0, and then PSG ended up winning it 2-0 in the Club World Cup, and then in the Champions League in last year in November, Bayern Munich won 2-1. So obviously, if you look at the last game, they obviously have an up advantage but since then, but PSG would hopefully try to gain some confidence from the Club World Cup games and see if they can use that to their advantage in terms of thinking we have done it before, and I think we can actually do it again and actually get a result and get a chance to actually put their toll and put their first foot forward in terms of getting to the final. Then if we take a look, obviously Arsenal and Atletico Madrid will be playing tomorrow. That would be also interesting to see who will be coming up there. Please comment down below what you guys think. Who do you think will be actually winning that game? I think it can go also both ways for Atletico and Real Madrid and Arsenal. I think Arsenal can be the team because it's the Premier League. I think they can say no. We should be dominating you, and I think they could dominate Atletico Madrid. But I think also it could be a case of Arsenal trying to dominate, trying to hold the ball, but they can't do nothing with the ball because we're all known. Atletico Madrid is known for their defensive work and their defensive capabilities in order to block out teams. And I think, especially with Arsenal not being in the best of form, I think this is where they actually can hurt. Atletico Madrid can actually hurt Arsenal in this game. So for that game, I think I'm going to go more edge towards Atletico Madrid over Arsenal. And then if we take a look at this game for PSG versus Bayern Munich, I'm going to give 2 results. I don't think it can be that straightforward. I think PSG can either nick it, maybe a 2-1. Maybe I think it can either they score first and then they concede and then they score again in the second half. Be a case of Bayern Munich just rams through them and actually scores the first, second, third, and easy day at the office, I suppose. I think it depends on what can be done. It's just also kind of cool how the managers in terms of this game, Luis Enrique is a quite experienced manager. He knows how to do his best and to get the best out of his players, even though he's not the most favorite team to actually win. But I think also and it's just unfortunate with Bayern Munich, it's Vincent Kompany. Vincent Kompany might be some form of a weak link to Bayern Munich and be able to give PSG some form of confidence to look at in terms of getting a result against them. But I just, for some reason, I still want to go with PSG. I still see somehow, some way they actually get it. I don't know if I'm wrong. Comment down below what you guys' score lines will be. But for this game, I'm going to go 2-1 to PSG because they're playing at home. Please comment and subscribe. Guys, this is my preview to PSG versus Bayern Munich. Peace.